So he's showing me songs. Of course, he's thinking like what you'd expect me to like because of the direction. So now, sorry?
No, just go on.
Oh, okay. So he's telling me things he's showing me things, and I'm like, yeah. So he shows me a track, and I says, oh, sorry. He forwards the next one because like, no, that one is not your line. Let's move to the next one. So I'm like, hey,
Buddha.
Go back.
Buddha.
And he's like, no, that's like some zouk. You know, it's actually a song I was working on for my album. Just like a song. I'm like, hey, go back and hear it again. So I'm like, do. I'm like, I like it. He's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. So he wanted. I said, give me for a night because it was his. I said, give it me for one night because me, I know myself. If I say something for 2, 3 and it doesn't, I just know it's not mine.
Yeah.
It's someone else who bless it, not me. So I told him, just give me for one night, and then I see. He gives me for one night. Bro, I remember I was in South Bay. I go home, play that track, and I write the whole song in like an hour and a half.
What?
Yes. I write sincere. Yani, words were just flowing. Like, commit a crime and I'll be your defense. And you know the way where it started from? When I was on the American tour. There's a guy called Smoothie. If he's watching, he'll nini. We were doing shopping, and then he was joking, So we're very close, and we become close. You know, on tour you become close by the second month.
You know each other
together. Yeah. So he's our promoter, but he's a very cool guy. So when we're buying stuff, we're in a shoe shop. We're buying. Then Wahu was looking at shoes, and I was looking at shoes. So he was showing us a shoe. Then Smoothie took it. It's called Smoothie. Takes it. Then he looks at the shoe. Then he jokes and says, "Ay! I wish I was a shoe. I would have a nice view." He just jokes about it. That sticks in my head. It reappears
in that
when I'm just like writing. I do. Then, so it reappears, and it begins to be the core of the thing. I wish I was this or this. I do this and I was this. If you were like this, I would do this. If this happened, I'll do this, and that becomes a song. And then, like Ted Josiah said, the first time I met him, what's your hook? So na sinzani kikwaza, what it was meant to mean with my broken Swahili is when I'm going to sleep, that's what I'm thinking about. Like, you're the last thing I think about. Like, na sinzani kikwaza. Like, I'm falling asleep thinking of you. Of course, some Swahili experts came arguing that it meant when I think of you, I fall asleep. That was
But that's not what the audience felt.
Yeah, like there was a whole 2 pages. You know, people knew that this guy's trying to reinvent subconsciously, especially media. So they were watching my every move. That's why I was very careful of what I'm releasing. Do you get my point? Because everyone was watching.
Oh, they were scrutinizing it like
crazy.
Yeah,
because you've just had a successful album. Now you're trying to reinvent, you're trying to find the food, but you can't find it. So that's why you see when you do songs like Chat a Bit, I'm like, it's nice, but me in my head, like, if this thing comes out, it is going to mess my name
Let me
up.
tell you, Chat a Bit would have messed you.
You get me? Because it was,
to be honest,
yeah,
it's
I loved it. But it was
I'm the minority.
Yeah. So guys would be like, tumempoteza.
Exactly.
Let's move to the next chapter.
Yeah.
And they leave you. Now you're trying to call them back. Okay, I have something else here. They've gone. So if I'm not sure, the closest I would do is a collab. Do you know where I learned that from? Boomba. You get when we're like struggling with Lucas strategically.
Yeah. And
that's when he was like, do a collab. Because a collab is not judged the same way because they judge it
they'll
as
blame
a
the other guy.
No, not blame the guy, they'll blame the combination didn't work.
Oh, okay.
But not you. So even for me, when I was still searching, we'll do collabos and I would list them as collabos. That's
like
Jidai. He didn't really hit that much.
Jidai didn't hit?
Yeah. Oh, no way.
Okay, okay, depending on your version of hit. Yeah. It wasn't a mega hit.
Yes, exactly.
And you were
looking for mega hits. You're trying to come back, man, in a mega hit. So it was, for me, I think it was a good song that with an album, with a video, Me, you know, when I write a song, I write visually, yeah? So I see what's happening as I'm writing. So if I had done the video with Nyash, I feel it would have been a hit.
And that time videos were on fire.
They were on fire, they were just coming. But we didn't end up doing it, then he traveled, he left the country. But I feel like it was left as a goodish song, almost a hit, because it didn't have a video. If it had a video, I don't think it would have a mega hit. I think it would have been a hit. Like there are many people who don't know Jida exists.
It wouldn't have been a good song.
Yeah, but now I felt it was just good song, up there on up good song that just needed something else. But we didn't push it. I released it, but in my heart I knew this is not there yet. You get? So I was not really focused on it. But I was just like, we've done a collabo. We are friends. We've been saying we need to do a song together.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I told Nyash, hey, he's like, yeah. Then we said, let's do the video. Then we lost whatever. Another collabo that was very.
Hi, boss. You have to start with your first collabo ever. No, I don't know if it's your first collabo ever.
Which one?
But the massive collabo.
Which one?
Oh,
the.
How did that thing come across?
That was after Sincere, so I know that was much later.
Oh, it was after Sincere?
Oh yeah, because I used the words. They even told me, in your writing, make sure you pick out some things from your previous hits. So if you listen to some of the words I talk about there, they're picked from Sincere.
Getting critical, intellectual and physical. Nipe nafasi, nipe hii interval. Nikuoneshe loving is unbeatable. Now I'm here, wasintafie. Tuende nyumbani baby tusinzie. Nikupe detu ima kwa kalenda. Nikupe agenda kupenda bogi benda.
So it was actually after Sincere, that's for sure. So now, me, I'm still in the space in between. I'm now checked from on fire. I'm still not. I've been married. I'm feeling I'm losing my fan base. You get me? Like I'm actually feeling my fan base is going, and I've not got the thing.
So you are feeling this pressure?
Oh, so you feel it. See, I'm telling you, mtu anakuambia chief. Sisi kulipa hiyo do. Umeisha ladha.
Na umewacha architecture.
Na nilikuwa nimeisha.
Now you're married with kids.
You just gotten married. You have told your wife things are good now. We are going to take a life. So I'm like, what? So I after like crazy. Eh? So look, Nani shows me I write that song in 2 hours.
Oh yes.
Then I take it to RK. I tell him I think I have it. He's like, yeah, okay, I record it. He hears it, he says, this is nice. Because it has it's mature, but you've still put your namelessness in it.
Yes.
So you've changed without changing. You get it? So now me, I know I found it. Then who do I go to confirm? The person who I respect so much in music?
Lucas.
Yes. So I've checked from Ogopa, you get, but we're still friends.
Yes.
Like we don't agree on a few things, but I still, so I
That's
take
cool.
it
That's a huge lesson. Burning bridges.
Yeah, you don't burn bridges. You don't agree. Say, okay, maybe you're not nini, but I still respect your thing. So I left and I went to him because I knew if there's one person who knows my brand, it's Lucas, and he will know. He knew I'm struggling with reinvention. He could tell this guy must be struggling. But I showed him the song. So what do you think? He told me, Monski, you've got it. This is it. So I asked him, so can you mix it? So you know he's the one who mixed it.
What?
Yes, because I still wanted his
that
touch.
Sound. Yes.
So RK was giving me a soulful sound, a rounder sound, but I didn't want it to be totally different from that. So I felt the best way to merge it
That's
is
so
make
cool.
sure he mixes it.
That's so
But
cool.
yeah, you get me, eh?
So guys can feel there's something about that kick that is
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah, but it's not, you don't totally like it, like we've lost you a bit. So he gave me that master, the mix, and he also shot the video. He shot it, but I edited it.
Yes.
But he shot it. So, but he told me, yeah, this is it. So when I was thinking of the video for Sincere, the first thing that came up is a love song, you know, nice, exquisite dinner. You know, guys were coming up with CG. When I was saying, what do you think? They're like, oh, we can imagine a ballroom. Blah, blah. Then me, I'm like, I want to go left field with this story. I want to show that love can be anywhere, even on a construction site. You know? And it also was born from the fact I told you I worked two years in a construction.
Yeah.
So a lot of, let me tell you 2 songs that I can tell directly are influenced by that experience. Sincere, through the video.
The next one.
And Salary.
Yeah, can you tell you?
Salary, the way we used to work at to get paid. Yani tulikuwa tunalipwa wages. Not salaries. Mnalipwa wages daily.
But Salario didn't come out before.
Salario came out later.
It came out after.
Do you know what inspired Salary? The 2007
Post-election.
Yeah. Like, it affected me so much because me personally, I hate when people fight. I'm like, why are you guys fighting? For me, that's why you see I never get involved politically. I'm called all the time. But I don't want to be part of the problem. So I know me, I've treated myself as the peacemaker, like the person who brings people together so they don't fight. And I've identified that's my personality, right? So I would look at this problem and wonder, what message should I send to remind guys that we are one? So I didn't want to do a peace song because I know peace, people just block. Peace. They're just trying to cover our eyes.
In fact, you've been paid by an NGO to do
it
this
just
song.
dies off. So I decided, let me do a song to remind people that we are all hustling in this place. You get? We are all the same, we're hustling. So we're the same. Let's just respect each other. So that's what inspired Salary. So I chucked it literally like in Jan or Feb, like after the elections. I wrote it. We needed with it was done by Washington from Uganda. And then did the video just to remind guys we are a working nation, we are hustlers. So you listen to it, you're like, come on, to the border, or we are just the same. We're just hustling, just different whatever. Just so that people can just be. And he just brought guys together like, yeah, we're all tough trying salary. By the way, yeah, leave alone this, whatever. So that's what actually inspired. So I know it came out around 2008.
Yeah. So go back to Sincere now.
Sincere,
the coming out.
Yeah, so Sincere now, I knew. I was like, I know, but let me confirm. So I took to Lucas, says, yes. So I'm like, no, I'm sure. So you can imagine I looked for this hit. And then I find
How long
it, right?
have you looked for it by the way?
It was from, okay, so well, it's basically about 18 months.
18 months?
Yeah, about a year. So about 2 years. Because I'd launched mine in 2003, 2004, touring, start feeling, okay. So 2005, starts fading, and then now gotten married. That one now fungas the last. You're out of me. I remember Ogopa saying, "Manze," because that time, funny enough, it's like I still had an association with them. When I told them I want to get married, they were like,
"Hey, boss,
can you do it secretly, Manze? Because for marketing purposes, it's not very nice if you are a married pop artist." So imagine, yeah. And I'm like, hey, Manze, the way I've always visioned my wedding, I'm not something to hide, and even my wife. So anyway,
that's insane.
Yeah, because that time I was still, I was in Ogopa, not yet chucked, and they were looking at me like so they're like, now we're going to do his second album. You get? Then I'm here now talking about marriage. I'm like, bro, come on now.
Quite serious,
man. We are now taking off.
The ladies are the ones making the CD.
I know, man. The ladies are going to come for the concert. You can't be telling them you're getting married. So anyway, so I did the
salary, the video.
The sincere. I do the video. I edit. We finish it. I'm happy. I chomoa it.
For the lovers in the house. Tafuta penzi lako, mshike kwa mikono, mwangalie ndani ya macho, mpeleke kando, na umwambie. Commit a crime and I'll be your defender. Overpower me so that I surrender. I wish I could be your saliva, so that I could taste your lips whenever. I envy your hipster, vile inakushika kwa kweli manzi umebarikiwa, ndio maana tunaimba hallelujah. I wish I could be your shoe, I would have such a beautiful view. And if I was the slit on your dress, my goal in life would be to aim for the highest. If only I could be your body lotion, I would walk with undivided devotion. Kila siku nakufikiria, ndio maana nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza, miaka rudi miaka nenda, nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza, nasinzia nikikuwaza, kila siku ya kalenda, nasinzia nikikuwaza, chochote utafanya nitafuata, nitachora nane ukichora.
So you can imagine in Chomoet. So you, with your sampling and your internal team, you're like, we got it.
Yeah, we're good.
But now the kusema ukweli is the market. So ni naichomoa Monday. I can't remember how we used to release it because we never used to do YouTube. We used to just give DJs and Pinye and
the beat of the week was huge.
Yeah. So the song starts playing, trying to get what's the vibe, what's the what on Monday, right? Sunday. So, it's coming, people, you're not really knowing like the way you know now immediately. People give you comments immediately. This is trash! And you get things immediately. This one you can't really tell, but you're hearing people playing it and guys are saying, oh, but I couldn't tell. This is Monday, right? Sunday, I get 2 pages in Nation. They are destroying me.
Destroying? Destroying?
2 pages. Nameless. I can't remember the heading of that thing, but basically they were analyzing the direction I've taken and why I'm now
gone.
Finished.
What?
You guy, my wife was pregnant, I remember. Yani, I read that thing. You know how you've struggled? You finally thought you found it. Then it's not a blog. It is the Nation. The whole country is, that is perception. They create a perception. Someone might have liked it, but now they're like, if Nation says...
Nukweli.
So me, I'm like, guy. So then, they have analyzed the song. First, they've decided this guy is to be high party. Now what is this he's giving us? Now he's trying to... So first, they're saying, that place, they're not happy with that. Second, they brought Swahili experts.
Wow.
To achambua what I'm saying. A guy said, this is an insult to women. He's saying that he sleeps when he thinks of... Yani, I'm like, why are you guys doing this? Pinye there has gonga Miss G what. I've never been Nameless fan anyway. I'm like, bro, we toured with you, bro. Why would you say that? PJ, my guy, is my boy anyway. But you know, so I'm like, why are guys? Lenny comes, he tries to defend me a bit in the whatever. But if anyone read it, they were like, it's not obvious, but you're chapping this guy. So for me, it affected me because I was stressed about it. I'm like, man, how am I going to reinvent? Then I feel I've got it. Then now I start getting now proper punch back. I even remember I was going to perform that same day in Racecourse.
Yeah.
And you know what's sponsoring the event? Nation. So I'm like, why would you do that? And I'm coming to perform in the event. Like, who does that? I remember I was so stressed, bro. Like I went for that show so tense because I'm feeling, will people come now and boo me? I was a bit too anxious when I think about it. Because we're not used to, you know, people talking like, you know, we hadn't, you know, nowadays social media now. I know, people will just hit and you're just like, okay. So now I'm looking and I'm like, God. I went to perform. Actually had a good performance. So even with
Did you perform the song?
Yeah. And it was new, but it was still got love.
Yeah.
But I remember even the person who wrote the article was there. My wife is pregnant, so she didn't care. Like, she's able to come here. I'm like, do not say anything. No! What does she think she is? You know, now she's talking like, this is our family bread, you're trying to mess. I'm like, kill it. I just took her too strong, too sour. Hey, hi, how are you? But you're like, yeah, you. Anyway.
That's so cool.
So anyway, we picked and I remember going to Nakuru stressed. I remember I was doing a show and I remember meeting the week after that. I remember meeting some girls before I entered and they were telling me, hey, Nameless, you're the one who's written that song that is insulting women. You can tell they've got it from.
What?
Yeah, you just see they're influenced by that. Anyway, the good side about the whole story is 3 months later, nilishinda kisima 3. Are you getting me? Because of that song.
Tattoo.
Yes. Same song, nikashinda Kampala. Same song, nikashinda.
All those awards was written in the beginning.
Yeah, there's because the songs that really helped me in awards were also salary, but a year later.
Yes.
But there's a year I won in Tanzania because of Sinzia. Called me best artist, East African artist. In Uganda, Sinzia. Kenya, Sinzia. Yani, that's when I said, yani kama ngoma ni sawa, hata iandikwe nini. In fact, it will just become even better. You get me, yeah? Now that, for me, was the most ideal 50-50. I had done a song 50% English, 50% Swahili. So Tanzanians loved it for the Swahili part, and they kind of understand the English too. And Ugandans loved it for the English part, they kind of understand Swahili. Then Kenyans for both.
Yes.
So it was a proper East African song. Now let me tell you, when I did Ogopa Fire and then I was trying to reinvent, I could tell, I'm like, I need to cross now. I've done East Africa, I've done okay, now I need to cross the continent. But what's the sound I need to get? And I was struggling. And do you know what song I hear? And I'm like, oh God, this guy's got it right. Like, you just imagine you're in your career, you're like, I've done East Africa.
Yeah.
How am I going to penetrate now? You know?
Yes.
So that's during 2005, 6, I'm struggling. You know the song that I had that just made me like, oh my God, these guys have got it. This guy has got it.
Kapungala.
Wait, Continental. Kapungala came later. It's not from this country. Actually, it's from Nigeria.
Pisco. I don't know.
Who was before Pisco?
I know. African Queen.
Yes. And I had African Queen. I was like, shit! This guy got it, man. This guy got it. You know, as I said, the artist you just hear, I was looking for this formula. This guy got it before me, man. Yani, and it's so funny because I met
Two-Face.
I met the bunch sometime later and we were joking about how you hear a song and like, guy. And he was like, this thing was under our nose. He was like, the guy sang African Queen. Like the most simple words. He just brought them and said, you're my African Queen. And like, man, yeah. So when I heard that, I was like, no, this is it. He's got the formula. So my answer to that was Sinzia, which actually did give me continental recognition, funny enough. Because I won a Channel O through that.
Whoa.
Yes. Nigerian, MTV, people would know me through Sinzia. So even many guys in Nigeria know me through Sinzia. So it actually did give me that. So now, I was like, I have been introduced to the continent, okay? And I have, my producer, RK, is the one who dealt with my second project, okay? So that's when Caribbean, that's when Coming Home, all those songs were under my second project.
What about that song which also exploded? Collabo again with Habida.
Sunshine.
Sunshine.
So that was under RK. So that's the same thing I was saying in terms of record label. So she comes, I met her during the tour in the States. She even curtain raised for me like in one of the shows in Atlanta. She was like, the artists were there, so she's like, so she comes to Kenya and she's like, yo, I know Nameless. So she's with RK and says, I know Nameless, and call him and then we see. So I come, you're in the country, and say, let's do a song. I was like, may I have no issue with collabo, may I just have an issue with getting the good song. If you don't get a good song, then collabo is a waste. So we just, funny enough, just started writing there. Luckily I was in a zone, because sometimes when I'm not in the zone, I just they don't even waste. I said, let's wait till, So I was in the zone, we wrote it there, and it actually really worked. So that was also part of the songs that were now contributing to my continental. So this is what happened. Now I'm being introduced to the continent. Yeah? RK has just done that. He's given me the second part. It's like amenisindikisha. Nimekufikisha hapa. Kwaheri. Buddha. So now I have struggled to reinvent. I finally found reinvention. Now I finally reached there. Now I have to reinvent again to be continental.